calling this video Diary of Wimpy Double Down Part 1. So let's get into it by Jeff Kinney. October, Wednesday. My parents are always saying the world doesn't revolve around me, but sometimes I wonder if it actually does. When I was a little kid, I saw this movie about a man whose whole life is being secretly being filmed for a TV show. This guy is famous all over the world, and he doesn't know it. Well, ever since I saw that movie, I've kind of figured the same thing is probably happening to me. Hope you creeps are enjoying yourselves. At first, I was annoyed my whole life was being broadcast without my permission. But then I realised that if millions of people are watching and realised that if people then I realised that if millions of people are turning in every day to see what I'm up to, that's actually kind of cool. Sometimes I worry that my whole life is too boring to be its own television show. So I try to do something entertaining every now and then to give the people watching at home a good chuckle. Whoops! The thing I do is send my audience little signals to let them know I'm in the secret. Who ate the last cupcake? It wasn't me. Wink. If my life's a TV show, then there's gotta be miracle breaks. I figure they must run the ads when I'm in the bathroom, so I always make a big entrance after I finish up in there. I'm back! But sometimes I wonder how much of my life is real and how much of it is rigged, because half the things that happen to me are so ridiculous. I wonder if someone else is pulling the strings. If it's all fake, the least the people in charge can do is give me some juice storylines to work with. How about Greg gets a girlfriend, or Greg gets a motorcycle, or Greg gets a girlfriend and a motorcycle? Every once in a while, I wonder if the people in my life are who they seem to be, or if they're really just actors. If they're actors, I hope the kid who's playing my friend Rowley gets an award, because he's doing a great job of pretending to be a doofus. And if my brother Roderick is actually just some guy getting paid to act like a jerk, then that makes me see him in a whole new light. Who knows, maybe he's a nice guy in real life, and one day we'll be good friends. Oh gosh, it's been stupid. I get this. But if my parents are actors, then that's just wrong. More bubbles, sweaty, squirt. I've made a lot of Mother's and Father's Day cards over the years. If this is all a sham, then I deserve to get paid for my time and effort. To a great dad. I love you, Mum. To Dad. My mum. And speaking of getting paid, I'll bet real parents are set for life thanks to me. Clink. But I'm doing everything I can to make sure I can cash in later. On most TV shows, the main character has a catchphrase that they say at least once per episode. So I've come up with a catchphrase of my own, and I'll drop it into conversation every once in a while. Will bite my biscuits. Hi guys, let me just get on. What the heck, guys? Please, guys, stop liking. Do that and let me go. Later on, I'm gonna slap my catchphrase on every piece of merch and candies. I can think of a way of and wait for the money to start rolling in. I guardians this though I'm not gonna end up as one of those washed up celebrities who sells pictures at autograph conventions just to make a cheap book. Say it. I don't think so. The one thing I've learned about television is that sooner or later every show gets cancelled. But in the last season, they usually introduce a new pet or a cute kid to bump up the ratings. So when my little brother Manny was born, I figured they were trying to replace me as the star of the show with a fresh new face. I know exactly what this is. The thing I couldn't figure out was how a newborn baby could be an actor. I thought maybe Manny was a puppet being controlled by an adult who was hidden from view. I never found any evidence that this was true. But that didn't stop me from checking every once in a while just to make sure. As Manny got older, it was pretty clear he was getting around on his own. So then I wondered if he was actually a super high-tech wind-up toy or even some kind of robot. Scoot. Then I thought maybe everybody around me was a robot, and I was the only actual human being in the family. Robots need electricity for power. So that would explain why we have 2 or 3 outlets in every room of the house. Guys, that story of the Room Kids Double Down Part 1 done. If you want me to do Diary of Room Kids Double Down Part 2, just like and subscribe, guys. Bye, guys. Bye.